Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I'm Loomis and we're back to our Pokemon Blue Monolocke challenge. Normal types only one of each, and any that are faint are gone. Any that are faint? Yes, any that are faint are gone forever. Can we get to the end with only a limited number of normal type Pokemon? Last time I think we beat the trouble at Silphco. Let me check if I have a Master Ball. We beat the trouble at Silphco. So next on the agenda, I guess, is Sabrina's gym. Let me put away some of these items. Space was quite limited in the old game. I need the card key ever again. TMO 9? What is that? I've got a bunch of TMs. If any of them were good, I assume they would have used that I would have used them already. Unless there's something I really want to save for late. Do I want to hold on to the Master Ball? What is there left that I can still catch? Like, I know I can get a Porygon, but that's not a catch as such. I have to buy it. Is that the only thing? Oh, and I can get a Farfetch'd and a Lickitung, but again, those are trades. I don't know if I can use a Master Ball anywhere. Ah well. What are these gems? Takedown, rubbish. Probably gonna sell that one actually. Swords Dance. Not awful. Nobody can learn it though. And Earthquake. That's actually really good. Squirtle can learn it. Let's put Swords Dance away. Maybe we'll find a use for that later. Extra physical attack on a physical attacker. What score have I got now? Surf, Strength, Rock, Slide, and Bite. So swapping out Bite with Earthquake would be pretty nice. Does Kangaskhan learn anything else good, though? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll hold off on that one for now. What we might want to do is level everyone up a bit before the Psychic Gym, because I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't know if there's anywhere else we can really go right now, though, once we do the sea route. I mean, there's the Fighting Gym, but that's going to be a bit of a death trap for us. So, Cell Takedown. Well, we got everybody up to, I don't know, level 40? A few of them lagging behind. I suppose maybe we could do Seafoam Islands. Then Sabrina, and then we still got the mansion before Blaine. I don't really want to over-level, though. Maybe let's just use the comfy bit of grass here, get everybody to level 40. We can do Sabrina and head off. This is probably the best training spot. we actually get from this? I mean, that's good XP. I guess we could also just clear the way to Seafoam and see where that puts us. At least with normal types, we don't need to really worry about any elements. Nothing out there that's going to be especially a problem or an aid for us. Maybe we'll hold on to those trainers, because it's a really huge level spike before the Elite Four anyway. The extra XP won't hurt. Depends how long these levels feel like they're taking. Yeah, not the XP I'd like. My Kingdom for a Versus Seeker. I wonder if we get those big Spearos every time. Okay, it's one of the levels we need. Yeah, one of the big boys. If we get these every time, it should be worth training here. Chunky 600. I think Sabrina's got around 45s. Maybe it's less than that, maybe it's 40-ish. Maybe the highest is 45? Clearing them out. Might the sea Pokemon be a higher level? They're gonna be unevolved mostly though, it's just gonna be Tentacools. Probably with Poison Sting. Come on, this is the one. That was not the one. I'm gonna do a bit of grinding time at the start of each episode, it's not so bad. Try and bump a few people up a bit and then move on. Oh, he's not even my lowest level character. There we go. Alright. Who's lowest? Regal and Space Pixie. Okay. See what we can do for these guys. Makes myself a Space Pixie struggle. And she's mostly here for type coverage. So far so good. Space Pixie might be quite good for Sabrina's gym actually. It's that high special defense. Or high special in general. You know, it'd be really good for Sabrina's gym? A Porygon. Too bad we can't afford one of those, huh? I mean, I could spam Tilly until we've got enough. Tilly's already the highest level. Hey, Badger. Ever try a PS2 emulator? I don't think so. I think PlayStation's the most recent one I've experimented with. How are you doing this evening? You having a good night? Was there a PS2 game you were wanting to race? I don't know any of the strategies for it. I assume that speedrunners have a very strict pattern as they do it for most games. But a game that I've always thought would be fun to casually race is Spyro the Dragon. Because so much of the game is technically optional. Like, if you're just doing racing to the boss fight, not to 100%, then your goal is just to meet the objectives in each world and move on. So it's like, grab so many dragons here, grab so many jewels here. You gotta figure out the fastest ways to do that. Seems like a game that would be fun to run if you knew nothing about speedrunning it. If you did, then you'd know exactly which dragons to get and which gems to get, and maybe it wouldn't be quite on point. Okay, getting somewhere. Space Pixie does have our best special stat, right? 83. Tilly's not got bad special. 2. Oof. Yeah, unless we get a Porygon. Harry has 70 special. That's, surprising. Okay, so... unless we magically find the money for a Porygon. Space 60 is going to be the one to carry us through the Psychic Gem, I think. The Shining Soul series. The active ones, okay. I don't know if I've ever played any of those. Sometimes I feel bad about how few games I've played. Like, I consider myself a JRPG guy, and I was looking at a list of the 10 most popular JRPG series, and I was like, well, I played Final Fantasy, I've not played Dragon's Quest, I've not played Mystic Quest, I've not played Crystal Quest, man, I'm a fraud. I'm like the guy who watched one MCU movie and was like, yeah, I'm super into superheroes. I don't know. I didn't have that much money when I was... Ooh. Game froze for a second there. Let me just quick save, just in case. Yeah, I guess I didn't have much money growing up, and I didn't have much time later. Even though I super identify with it, I guess... I don't know. I want to play more. Maybe we'll do it on stream sometime. It's part of the thing I really enjoy about streaming, actually, is it gives me an excuse to sit down and play a game, you know? I don't have to feel bad that I'm not doing housework. 5 and 6 were basically the peak. For me, 7 and 8 were the peak, but 4, 5, and 6 were all really good. Classic RPG Lifetime, yeah. I mean, I did put Final Fantasy on the list. So I'd quite like to play through the whole series on here sometime. Oh, you mean... Ah, sorry, I think I misunderstood. I thought you were saying 5 and 6 were the peak of Final Fantasies. You're saying that... you're rather saying Final Fantasy was the peak of classic RPGs. I mean, that's fair. They were really good. There's a reason I'm super into Final Fantasy, but... I don't know, I'd like to try the others. I think I'm kind of intimidated to get into them when I look at a big series with lots of numbers. Ironically, for a Final Fantasy fan. Even for the ones that don't really follow after each other. I'm a bit of a stickler, it's the way my brain works. Yeah, that's fair. Did I play one of the... What's the Shining Soul you had for the Game Boy? The one where at the start you could stand in the campfire for an hour to max out your fire resistance. I remember you lending me a game like that. I don't really remember much of it though. I remember doing a few missions and stuff and getting like an ending to... Getting like an ending-ish thing, and being like, I'm genuinely not sure if I've finished the whole game and it was really short, or if that was just the ending for this area and it's a playable epilogue. Because if there's more... Because, I mean, it would be really short, but if that was everything, but I really can't find anything else to do. I think I ended up returning it to you shortly afterwards, so... I don't think that got resolved. Yeah, I'd love it if I could stream some more games like that sometime. It's just not enough hours in the day. I wish I had enough time to stream more and also have enough time to not go crazy. But it's one or the other. And I've gone back and forth on which is more important to me. I think we've settled on my current schedule maybe being for the best. Because if I go crazy, then it affects stream quality. And since the stream is obviously more important than my health, it's important that I take care of my health to take care of the stream. I don't know. I feel like this is the pace I can keep up. I've been feeling better lately. Like, better than I have done for a while. I feel bad that even while I'm out of work and I don't have a lot of responsibilities and free time, and sorry, a lot of responsibilities and jobs to do, and I've got lots of free time, this is the most that I can stream without snapping. Feels kind of shameful, but I don't know, my head has been so much clearer since I've settled on this schedule and included more time for taking care of myself. So I think it's probably for the best. There are days when I don't have a headache. Unbelievable, I know. I'm thinking that after I finish Skyrim, I'm gonna merge the categories for Skyrim and Hollow Knight, so we've got at least one category that moves a little faster. But to be fair, we're getting through the horror games pretty fast on Terror Tuesday. I guess horror games don't tend to be very long because I guess it kind of diminishes the point. You can only be spooked by the same thing so many times before it gets redundant. Unlike an RPG where there's countless ways to approach something with the same tools. Yeah, if I was making a list of my favourite Final Fantasies, I think it'd be 8 first, 7 second, and then for third, I'd have a really hard time choosing between 4, 5, and 6. Because all three of them are really good in different ways. It's absurd that I think 7 and 8 are good. Really? I mean, most people think 7's the best, right? I mean, to be honest, I think 7 probably is the best. Just 8 appeals to me more for personal reasons. At the time, perhaps? Like, you think... So you think 4, 5, 6 are better than 7 and 8? Or are you saying that all the old games don't really hold up? What do you think is the best Final Fantasy then? And the thing about 7 and 8 for me is that there's so much world building, so much hidden background stuff that you can tease out and learn more about people, and minor characters with their own stories, and lots of little things going on. Little puzzles to figure out, little bits where you can think, this part of the story doesn't make sense, and you look through the lore and go, oh, that's what was happening. And that's the sort of stuff I love in games, and 7 and 8 both do a lot of that. And I gotta give 7 points for just how many minigames they so smoothly included. There's a ton of different things in there that are really fun to do, and just feel so smoothly included in the action that they don't even feel like a minigame. The submarine battles, the bike chase, the chocobo races. There's all kinds of little stuff. People worked really hard on that game. Some real soul went into it. 7 beats 8 on gameplay and overall story, but 8 on characters? That's fair. I think 7 focuses more on... My focus on 7 is more the minor characters. Like, there's all kinds of stuff like shopkeepers in out-of-way shops in places that you've got no reason to go to twice. And yet, if you do, you find out that they've got a story arc that changes over the course of the game. Like, people really put something into that. Whereas 8, I think... I like more detectiving the story. Where you can find, if you poke around, you find out extra things about what's going on, and you can figure out what's really going on behind certain plot points and stuff. I like having the chance to figure things out for myself. I have made the argument a lot that the reason 8 is so love it or hate it is that if you love it, you look for all the little details, and you're like, oh, this makes so much sense, this is even better than I thought. Whereas if you hate it, you don't look for those little details, and you're like, yeah, this story doesn't make any sense. Eight didn't have a cat sitting on a robot flump as a party member. You know, I hated Kate Sith as a kid, but he kind of grew on me when I got more into the character. I mean, he's sitting on a robot Moogle, right? Like, Kate Sith's a golem. Material brought to life by Reeves' Materia. Given his own thought and feelings and sent out on a mission under his master's command. I think that's actually kind of cool. And I like a lot of the stuff that you sort of get going on behind his head, where, like, he's partly controlled by Reeve. Like, that Reeve's the one who brought life to him, they're in constant telepathic contact, and it's his sole purpose to do what Reeve wants, but at the same time he has his own thoughts and feelings. He chooses his own way to act on those things. He feels bad when Reeve commands him to betray the party. He mourns when Kate Sith Mark 1 passes away, even though he knows that there's immediately going to be a Kate Sith Mark 2. And there's even that cool bit where Reeve and Kate Sith swap bodies for a moment, so that Kate Sith can interrogate Shinra Command and get information out of them for the party. His whole story arc is about this inanimate object given life and then finding his own self. Even to the point where him and his creator are acting as equals. Maybe FF Tactics is the best FF. Have I turned you off the series that much with my explanation of why Kate Sith is the greatest Final Fantasy character of all time? Tactics is really good. But I was only thinking of numbered Final Fantasies in my rankings. Okay, 6 is a strong contender for the third spot. It's a shame that the translation wasn't always up there. But the translation did add good things that wasn't there in the original as well, so it's... what are you gonna do? Like, Kefka is considered one of the least interesting villains of all time in Japan. Because almost all of the interesting stuff about him was improv'd by the English translator. Hey, Mangle. How you doing? Welcome in. How's the EV quest going? Chrono Trigger, Earthbound? I've played both of those, yeah. Oh, these are your RPGs that crush Final Fantasies. Maybe, they're both up there, yeah. I mean, Chrono Trigger was by the same people. I still haven't played Chrono Cross, the sequel to Chrono Trigger. And for that matter, I haven't played Mother 3, the sequel to Earthbound. Well, that one's not easy to get hold of. Oh, you got the hidden ability shiny Eevee. It's a Sylveon, nice. Congrats. How many eggs did you get up to? Yeah, Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 are kind of an odd trinity, because 4 has an amazing story, but the combat is kind of boring. The characters don't have a lot of interesting personal abilities, and there's not much customization to do. Meanwhile, 5, the story is very silly. But the combat is incredible with the job system. And then 6, like, the story's not quite as good as 4, and the combat's not quite as good as 5. But it's very strong in both those categories. The gap is not huge there. So it's like maybe it doesn't stand out in either category, but it's got a higher average between them, I think. So yeah, I find it very hard to put those three in an order. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I've never played any of the Mario RPGs. I've only played two Mario games ever. I feel like I should play more. It's just yet another thing that's not happened yet. I played the original Super Mario Bros. And I played Super Mario Bros. 2, aka Toki Toki Panic. I've never played any Fire Emblem games. Or Golden Sun, I don't think. I have played Undertale. Undertale feels like an odd one out there. But it is one of the best RPGs I've ever played. Possibly the best. It's not a classic big budget RPG with a number at the end. The Pokemon series, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I've definitely played a heck of a lot of Pokemon and enjoyed the heck out of them. You were listing ones that crush Final Fantasy, right? Do you think the Pokemon games crush the Final Fantasy games? Like, do you think there's Pokemon games that are better RPG than Final Fantasy VI? Pokemon is way better than Final Fantasy, really? I mean, I find it hard to judge them, because even though they're both technically JRPGs, I get very different things out of them. Gold and Silver, or Ruby, Sapphire. I mean, I think those are the peak games. I'd rank them higher than some Final Fantasies, but not above my best ones, I don't think. Well, that's kind of while I'm thinking about JRPG stuff. In a different context, I might... If you'd ask me in a different context, I might say the other way around. Chrono Trigger followed by 6. I mean, that's fair. Chrono Trigger's really good, and... Like, I'm ranking Final Fantasy VI as potentially my third place game. But, like, I don't want anybody to... I'm not arguing with anybody who says that Final Fantasy VI is their favourite. Yeah, personal preference and all that. I do think 6 is a really good game. All RPGs ever. Chrono Trigger followed by FF6? Pokemon Black and White in terms of story. I don't really know that one. I'm planning to... I've only played a little bit of it. I'm planning to do a full playthrough soon. With my Nuzlocke club. Yeah, the things... See, I really like the Pokemon games, and I think they're... I'm having trouble articulating this. The things that I look for in a JRPG series, Pokemon doesn't have, but I enjoy Pokemon anyway for different reasons. Like, there's not a deeply complex story with especially meaningful characters. It's just a fun, colourful world with lots of stuff going on in it, and that's also good. I do remember those. I played a few of them. Professor Oak and his 2 appearances in his opening game. I mean, with the 2 maps thing, I guess Final Fantasy VI is the Pokémon Gold and Silver of the Final Fantasy series. Then again, I guess so is Final Fantasy 4 and 5 and 9, and you know what, I take it all back. I'm angry about this conversation now. Yeah, I played a couple of the epic Battle Fantasy series. Like, I remember the ones that were just like an almost endless fight. They were like an RPG without any of the RPG. Just a steady series of increasing battles to puzzle your way through. Forgotten what your point was? I think your point was that it was disgusting that I think Final Fantasy 7 and 8 are great games. When they're not even the best Final Fantasies, and the Final Fantasy series as a whole is one of the worst RPGs. Yeah, you said that Final Fantasy 5 and 6 were the peak of all RPG series, and then you went on to say that there's tons of other series that are way better than everything Final Fantasy related. I think it's absurd that you think that 7 and 8 are good. 7 and 8 are both good games. The consistency we've come to expect from Badger. When he makes a point, he never budges from it. I don't know. I don't want to be one of the guys who puts Final Fantasy on a pedestal and is like, they can do no wrong. All other games are inferior, but at the same time, I have... This series has been a huge part of my life, and I've really enjoyed it. And as I was saying, there's a lot of famous JRPG series that I've not played yet. And if I had played all of those, maybe I'd have a better context to put it in. Maybe I'd be like, yeah, actually, there's even better stuff out there. These were like mid-tier all along. Yeah, sometimes we have these conversations about games and stuff, and at the end of it, I'm like, this was the best thing ever, and you're like, no, everything about it was awful, and we talk about it a bit, and I start to realize that I'd forgotten every bad thing about the game, and you'd forgotten every good thing about the game. Together we have rational outlooks, exactly. Rose-tinted glasses and dust in your eyes. Yeah, is there a... Is there an opposite of rose-tinted glasses? Like, I've heard jade-tinted glasses used. But that's not... That's clearly somebody just trying to reverse the idiom, rather than the actual phrase in itself. Bitter cynicism? That's less an idiom and more of a straight-up statement, but yeah. Do you ever catch Pretzel's stream? I host him a lot and he comes in here from time to time. I feel like you and he would agree on a lot of things. He's very, very anti-nostalgia. I argue with him a lot about this as well. That's fair. Yeah, people have to win you over. Everything has to win you over. It's like these, it's like all the conversations we have about video games. You want to hate everything that you encounter. And it's a slow process by which something wins you over. Apart from Nair, who seemed awesome immediately. The bromance between you two is something wonderful to behold. Charismatic people? I get you. Pretzel seems like he's good at talking to people. He's not really our type. And I know, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, there's stuff as well that I can see that's like nothing against him as a person, but wouldn't be your thing. Like, you remember remember when we were talking about the famous Mario streamers a while back? We probably shouldn't be having this conversation about a friend of ours in public, but like, we watched a bit of Grand Pooh Bear, and you mentioned his friend Carl something. And one of the things we watched a little bit of his stuff. One of the things was that we really didn't like the number of special effects that he puts into his videos. Every 3 seconds, it's zooming in on his face as he goes and stuff like that. Yeah. So, I mean, I love Pretzel, and he's won me over, but he does do a lot of that stuff. And a lot of what he does is really cleverly done, I'm not faulting it, and a lot of people like it, but I can... Knowing that you dislike those things, I can see how maybe you wouldn't get into the stream immediately. That makes sense. You see them as competition, whereas I get along with them fine because, I know where I stand. Yeah, to get back to my point, I have a lot of similar arguments with Pretzel, where he'll talk about an old game and be like, this game actually sucked, though. I know they couldn't do as much stuff because of the things of the time, but it really doesn't hold up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That was the greatest game ever made. And that still stands. They'll never top it. Yeah. So it's kind of like I don't necessarily. I don't want to be a nostalgia person who rates these old games highly because I played them when I was younger. But at the same time, I don't think if I liked a game if I thought a game was good back then, why shouldn't I think it was good now? You know, the game hasn't changed. Only I've changed. I go back and play old games all the time, and I enjoy them. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to think I've got a tendency to I've got a tendency to be nostalgic, but I'm aware of that tendency and I hope I'm balanced around it. Now, on to more important things. Miki! How are you doing, Miki? Yeah, people instantly like. There's no not liking Miki. How are you doing tonight, Miki? And Mangle's still hiding halfway behind that door. Yeah, we do have a really good community here. Not the biggest community on Twitch by a long way, I did not mean to dig there. But everyone feels special and fits in. I love having every one of you here. Yeah, just family. Hey little sis, what are you up to today? Playing PMU? Is that the, is that the Pokemon MMO? We're all disgusting apart from Miki. Yes, that's fair. I've not seen The Boys. I feel like I'm too far into that genre. The mystery... Oh yeah, the Mystery Dungeon MMO, okay. Like, I feel like, it feels like an introduction from the superhero genre to the if superheroes were real, though, genre. And I've already read a bunch of the if superheroes were real, though, genre. The shenanigans, the legal consequences, the horrific stuff that you don't see in normal superhero stories, but would obviously happen. It'd feel awkward getting into a story where that's the main cell as something fresh and new. Slightly obscure Pokemon GameCube Pokemon game. Pokemon Snap. The greatest of Pokemon games. How is everyone? I'm doing good, thank you, Miki. I've had a very nice day. I worked out this morning and I didn't feel ill afterwards. A rare and special occasion. And I was almost on time for the Skyrim stream. And I was almost on time for this stream. And I even went to the shops and bought some chocolate on my break. And almost got run over by a guy because I was wearing a mask and the... If you're wearing one of the face masks and you've got glasses, every time you breathe, the hot air goes out of the mask and straight onto the glasses, and it instantly fogs up. You can't see a thing. I see you in a bit, Badger. You can't see him in Snap. I've never even seen Gale of Darkness. Yeah, same to be honest. I forget that one exists. Should play it sometime. Was Snap even Snap was N64, wasn't it? I don't think it was GameCube. I don't think I've ever played a GameCube. And I've 100%ed Pokemon Snap at a friend's house. Yeah, that sounds right. What was I saying? I was going on a rant about something, but I forget what. Oh, masks, yes. Like, I've probably been better off without my glasses. Like, my vision is not that bad. But... when you've been wearing them, you just don't like taking them off. It doesn't make much of a difference, because they're for distance, so I'm fine for the stream stuff, really. But when you've been wearing them for a while and you've gotten used to how crisp and clear everything is, and you take them off and everything is blurry and crappy, it just feels bad. Oh, Pokemon Channel, that might be more obscure than Gale of Darkness. I didn't even know that game existed until quite recently when I caught somebody streaming a bit of it. It actually looked pretty fun though. Very weird. Went to sleep with a headache and woke up with it worse. Oof. Sorry to hear it, Miki. Are you drinking a lot of water? Oh, Badger, you and your cardio. I mean, admittedly, I'm doing a lot of cardio at the moment. And I'm doing okay. I mean, I've kind of been struggling with it. I've been getting up and doing some exercise in the morning, and I'm normally not at my best in the morning. 33, we might have overtrained for this. I don't know, like I say, today went pretty well. I think I'm getting healthier even if I don't feel like it when I'm exercising. Pokemon Rangers, yeah, that's another obscure one. Pokemon levels really spread out to scare you, yeah. That's always a good one. But yeah, you can't get enough water, Miki. There's no way to drink too much water. Disclaimer, it is entirely possible to drink too much water. Feeling Extreming does not recommend drinking far too much water. Consult your doctor before drinking far too much water. And down your neck to your shoulders and arms. Oof. Yeah, gentle exercise, yoga, is probably good. That sounds kind of like joint pain and such. Lately I've been having to do a lot of back stretches. All of a sudden the being sat down all day is getting to me. My back aches when I stand up. I have to keep stretching it out. I'm vaguely aware of that one. Or am I? I don't know if I'm aware of that one. Whoa. It's the title of a history lesson program with Mario. Okay. Oh, okay, so there's like two games with the same name? And one of them is a troll? Miki, no, we need you. There can't be a stream without Dr. Mikachu. I was gonna say I should probably just switch here, but then I remembered I've got a Poke Flute. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Listen to Badger, Miki. He's survived all this time. 100 sit-ups, 100 press-ups, 100 squats, 10-kilometer run every day. And you went... Kanga... Wait, what? Kanga, you are the king? I don't understand. Kangaskhan? Yeah, that's the secret to living. Oh wait, Mango's got a Kanga. Okay, never mind. Chat is moving too fast, there's too many people in chat. I'm not used to having this many viewers. You're stressing me out, everybody. Yeah, Kangaskhan is boss. Nice, Mangle. Yeah, I remember how you used to be, Badger, with all of your... with your monster addiction. When you used to consume massive amounts of caffeine constantly. And were quite convinced you would explode soon. And look, but look, you've made it this far. You gotta all keep going together. Unseen power. You're gonna have actual psychics, or is this more ghosts? Yeah, if only Voldemort knew. Harry Potter would have been a very different story if Voldemort's plan involved doing 100 sit-ups, 100 press-ups, 100 squats, and a 10k run every day. Yeah. I don't really know what extra to say, Miki, about knowing more about the situation, but I would in general advise people that you gotta make time to take care of yourself, even when it feels like you can't. When you feel like you've got too much to do to take care of yourself, you don't get stuff done by not being healthy, you know? If you take care of yourself first, you'll find that all that stuff that you worry about will be easier to deal with. Yeah. I get you, Miki. It's a process. Like heck, how much fine-tuning of my stream time have I been doing over the last year, trying to figure out something that keeps me halfway sane. We're all a process, trying to figure out where we are and what we're doing. All we can do is stick at it together. We've run out of strength. I guess our bubble beam won't be much good here. Yeah. I want to know that you're okay, little sis. We love you and we need you here. Alright, good night, Miki. Thank you for being here. Have a good night and we'll catch you next time. Starting Amnesia tomorrow, I think. New game hype. Yeah, I should make a list of some of the other famous JRPG series and put them on my list of things to stream. Yeah, I did put the original Final Fantasy on there recently. I think it's on the current vote, actually. I'm sick of these nightshades. I wouldn't mind playing through the series. To be honest, I've got a bunch of weird challenge runs in my head that I'd like to try for the Final Fantasy series, and I think would be fun to stream. But I want to do a regular playthrough of the games before I start doing weird challenge runs, and that's the main reason they're on the list. So I can get that excuse. Alright, let's heal you up before we risk that confusion. Definitely. There we go. Oh, I'm asleep. Forgetting I got a Poke Flute. Even when I've just used it, like a minute ago. Truly, this haunter is haunting me. Sabrina can't be all that bad after this fight, right? Probably should be okay against Sabrina. Space Pixie's got decent special defense and has got a good physical attack. Like a good physical move, sorry. Not necessarily the attack ability. We'll see. You never know with Sabrina. She just has such high attack power. I had the experience of working in there before, feeling confident, and then having her sweep the team with her massive damage. You're like, yeah, I got this, and then the enemy Kadabra uses Psychic and your Pokemon drops dead from full health. I didn't have this. Somebody with a special move. Actually, let's put Joey up front and use Dig. The Ghosts of Alt Poison. Levitate doesn't exist yet. Yeah, I think I have a curse. I can't play through a game without thinking, man, there's so many weird and interesting challenges I'd like to do with this. Did I go through the wrong one? I got spun round. Oh, I've messed up somewhere. I don't know. Here's Sabrina's room. Alright, let's go heal and then we'll fight Sabrina. I'm sure there's many faster ways to do this, but all I know about this teleport maze is that if you only move horizontally, it gets you from the start to the finish. And takes you through every room along. It takes you in front of every trainer along the way. You fight every trainer and get to Sabrina. You know, Magic, part of me wants to say that we should play Vagante on Wednesday, but I'm like, the YouTube series is still running. We should probably wait for that to finish before we start streaming it. It's the most popular show we've got going at the moment. Alright, here we are. So, Space Pixie up front, I guess? Got a good chunk of potions and stuff. Let's see how this goes. Psychic powers since she was a child. That would be intimidating if I was fighting her instead of her Pokemon. Alright, what levels have you got? 38, okay. Yeah, we're maybe gonna be about the right level for this thing. Okay, critical hit, good start. Sabrina doesn't know how recover works. Also good. 2 critical hits, okay. Space Pixie is not taking any guff. Venomoth is not a psychic type. There's a bunch of psychics in this game, Sabrina. You couldn't find 4 of them? $43, yeah, so we're on par here. Ooh, okay, that's a lot, but it's not awful. Oh yeah. Alakazams are made out of paper. Oh! Kanpai. Okay. Sideway. That spooked me. We got through it. Fill my mug. Let's get out of here. Do we have to do the... No, I didn't mean to go through there. Holding the control with my offhand. Ignite opens out of PP on all moves. You spawn into a monster house? Is that like a trap room? As soon as you run out of ammo, that's when the monster gets you. Yeah, I guess we should take on the fighting gym now. Give our birds a workout. Surrounded by enemies and have to fight your way out or run. Using only struggle. Yeah, that sounds like problem times. Alright, let's put 3 go up front and see what happens. Hoo-ha! Your fighting is spooky for a normal only run, but in theory our birds should be fine. They'll only be taking neutral damage and they'll be super effective. Hopefully we can one-shot everything. Especially if we keep getting crits at this rate. Gen 1 and its broken crits. Okay. So far, more than within our power. But of course, eventually we'll have to face Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, who will no doubt have Thunder Punch and Sky Uppercut and High Jump Kick? I don't know. I'll do one thing before they start swarming. Slumber Orbs. Slam a Smoke Bomb. A Sleep Powder Smoke Bomb. Are there any games where an NPC lets you get an evolution Pokemon? Like a Pokemon that evolves from being traded, you mean? Yeah, which is a really weird one. I want to say there is, but I can't think of one. Yeah, like, why would that jerk chuck an Everstone on it before trading it, except to cause trouble for you? Worst trader. Always beat the heck out of him afterwards. Was there one in Pokemon Yellow? I don't think there was there? I feel like there's an example I feel like there's a weird example somewhere from one of the side games, or maybe like the Japanese release where they got something wrong and that happens, and then changed it for other versions. Machoke to Machamp, that might be what I'm thinking of. Like where there's a point where you can trade for a Machoke. Grunt. Don't call me Grunt. The Karate King. It's in yellow? Oh, okay. I did get that right then, yeah. Yeah, yellow's an oddball. He was kind of the predecessor for like Crystal and Emerald, the third version. But it's also not really a third version game in itself. It's got its own weird stuff going on. Prize fighting Pokemon? No thank you. I'm good with normal types. Normal is clearly superior to fighting. The most work we'd ever put into a third version. I mean, yeah. I think it's the only third version I've ever played, actually. For whatever reason, I normally just play the regular versions and leave it at that. But yeah, I suspect you're right. They changed a lot for Yellow. Normally the third versions are just like a testing ground for the next game to come out, I think. The Haunt with the Everstone is in Diamond and Pearl. Okay. Let's see, I want to buy some lemonade. Yeah, like Crystal let you play as a girl for the first time. Emerald did a lot of stuff with double battles. The third version for Diamond and Pearl? I want to say there was, but I can't think of the name. Diamond and Pearl, the last one where it does 3. There's a trade. Yeah. Japanese Blue. A trade for Haunter, okay. It's definitely not in our version of Blue. But the Gen 1 games have a lot of differences in Japan. Like how they have a Pokemon Green over there, for one thing. Yeah, and in Yellow you can get all of the starters, which was kind of OP. But, I don't know, Yellow was Pokemon the Power Fantasy, the game. It was kind of fun. Never streamed it. I think because it gives you all the starters and a lot of extra powerful stuff, I don't know if it'd be as fun to do a Nuzlocke. You get a lot of gift Pokemon as well, not catches. They also had a trade for Graveler, okay. So there was a lot of these in Japan then. Was that like in Pokemon Japan Red? Pokemon Akai? Like opposite Pokemon Aoi? It only said blue, okay. Here we go, 24. Get one more, and we'll hang up on that. Yeah? I've never experimented with emulators from that late on. Did you manage to find the game you were looking for? The Shining Soul one? Oh yeah, I wanted to go see how close I am to getting a Porygon. Yeah, I guess the Japanese versions tend to be more generous than the Western versions. Maybe to make up for the fact that they have even more bugs than the Western versions. Like the Gen 1 Pokemon games that we got. Alolan Gravel. Ah, okay. Yeah, the Gen 1 versions that we got are the versions after they did the bug fixes that came out after the Japanese release. Think on that for a minute. Think on how buggy this game is, and this is the fixed up version. Phantom trade to get its evo. Okay. So there has been a few of them then. So let me pick how many coins I want to buy, please. I think we need 6,400. Am I gonna be close? If we put Tilly up front and throw some coins at Tentacles on the way to, what are they called? Seafoam. Seafoam Island. Maybe we'll have enough by the time we get there. Fly back and forth a bit. After that, there's no others. Okay. Well, I mean, Sun and Moon is pretty late on, so... There's only Sword and Shield after Sun and Moon? So it's not been that long since they gave us one. And the DLC, yeah. Sun and Moon... Was there a Sun and Moon too? It's like there's sort of a Sword and Shield 2 in the DLC version. Oh, Ultra Sun and Moon. Were they actually different, or were they just like the Switch HD version? I've not played those yet, so I don't know, Badger. They were different? Oh, okay. They're on the 3DS? Oh, right. Yeah, it shows how little I've been following this stuff. I thought Sun and Moon were the 3DS version, and Ultra Sun and Moon were the Switch version. Yeah, the Let's Go games. I don't think they were the big success they were hoping for. But again, not played them yet. They're actually quite fun? Oh, okay. I remember people talking about them a lot for like a week, and then them just vanishing from people's consciousness. But okay. Maybe someday I will... I mean, I don't have a Switch. But who knows down the line. Maybe someday I'll get to stream Let's Go Eevee. Oh nice, a shiny Ninetales. That's a good one. Like, I know they didn't want us to do this, but man, they could have made this easier to do. Still has the same menu issues as the GBA one. What was the menu issue? That was Hell No Options menu? Oh, you mean like in combat? Are there things you choose between, or...? Your time come. Oh, okay. Then you go into the menus and it's just kind of rubbish. Equip status save and map. Okay. Well, for some can't transfer them due to Pokebank issues. Similar to Story of Thor on a PS2. Yeah. That's... It's a bit of a gap. Alright, let's put Tilly up front and go surfing. Oh yeah, did we fight these guys yet? Yes, we didn't. I remember one thing that really bothered me in going back to the Final Fantasy games, 7 and 8. Like, I mostly preferred 8, but I hated the menus. The menus in 8 are this really dim and ugly grey, and you can't change it, and it looks awful. And all the dialogue in that is in that colour. 7 had a lovely shade of blue as the background, and also you can customize it to make it the colour that you want. Wait, you'll have a heart attack. Please don't be a psychic. Please don't be a psychic. Shiny Silverly, which is shiny locked-in sword. There's no way to get one in sword. Yeah, it's a shame when you can't keep shuffling them up. Yeah, I remember one of my major sources of entertainment in Final Fantasy VII was completely changing the colour of the menus every 30 seconds. The colours, man, the colours! I'm tripping out here. Guess I'll heal before I go on. Get that PP back, we've got a long journey. I mean, in general, 8 is a lot more muted than 7, because the graphics are more realistic. Surfing on the squirrel. You look at the sea to forget. Don't we all? Heck, remembering. What has remembering ever done for me? That would have been a great time to use Payday. Traumatic. I'm looking at the sea to forget. Did you forget that you already said that? Are we doing a bit here? It's beyond the horizon. More horizon? Pretty much water from here to Australia. Like, you might hit something in Okinawa. Oh, I'm sorry, you might hit something in, Hino? I think is Okinawa in the Pokemon world. Hino is Ruby Sapphire, right? Not Hino. It's Hoenn. I'm merging Hoenn and Sinnoh in my head. I guess we don't know if I don't know if we know what Australia's called in Pokemon. Oh, yeah. 6 out of 10, too much water. It's supposed to be in Okinawa. It's supposed to be the Pokemon version of Okinawa, the Japanese island train. But yeah, there's a lot of water in that region. A lot of surfing. Yarr, these be treacherous waters. Yeah, most countries have different names in the Pokemon universe. Like the UK is Galar and Japan is Ransai. But we have Russia confirmed as being Russia. And South America as the continent is called South America. I think we have names for the US and for France. But I couldn't tell you them off the top of my head. So far, no Australia region. Man, the real world Australian animals are basically Pokemon. Can you imagine what Australian Pokemon are like? So far, there's no Australian region because nobody lives in Australia. Pokemon Australia is a death trap. Wild Drop Bear appeared. Probably get Wild Kangaskhan there though, so that's something. Those gains, Tilly. That's how we bring in the cash. Swimming's great, sunburns aren't. Always wear sun cream, kids. Holy. I hate these things. Creepiest Pokemon. Seeking is even less of a meme than Millhouse is. I don't care how many pictures he's copy-pasted into. I'll be alright if I win. Just gonna leave this 10-year-old kid in the water to drown. It's fine, there be no laws upon the seas. We were warned these waters be treacherous. for an attack. There's always that brief moment of panic where you think it's Hornbill. Another Poliwag. I feel like the Poliwag line. When we do our water-type monologue, we'll get one as our water fighter. The water is shallow here. Are you stupid? You're riding on the back of a Pokémon? Just walk. It's 2 feet deep. Alright. See ya, Mangle. Thank you for being here. Have a good night. I'll catch you next time. Cloister. Remember how there's this whole deal about depending on when you evolve your Shelder into a Cloister, it either gets Spike Cannon or Aurora Beam. 2 moves that you probably don't want. You can ride your Pokemon. Yeah, riding a Cloister probably has complications on account of the spikes. Seafoam is quiet. Get away. Alright. I guess what I'll do is I'll circle back. Catch the rest of the swimmers. We'll heal up and save, and then we can go into Seafoam Islands next time. That one smoke screen's causing a lot of trouble. Still a long way from getting that Porygon. Of course I can't swim. Surf HM doesn't work on humans. Yeah, I remember in Pokemon Uranium, they give you like the boat thing. Actually no, do they give you... what do they give you for... they give you items to replace HM. I'm trying to remember what they give you for swimming. I had this whole bit in my head about how they give you a boat. And there's a bunch of fan games and stuff in the later real games that are ways to get around needing surf. And nobody crosses onto the fact of just swim. But now that I think about it, I think in Uranium they do in fact give you like a snorkel and a pair of flippers, and are like, just swim. Because they give you like diving gear when you want to use dive without a Pokemon. I don't think they give you a collapsible kayak. Even though with item balls, that wouldn't be too unrealistic. Since you can just store everything you own in digital form. Torpedoed. Oh, we got more from Payday than we did from the fight there. Part of that cluster, the swim gang. I guess if we really want to make some money, we should go to a relatively low-level area and just spam Payday. Maybe like Mount Moon or somewhere? So rock types could take a few hits with Payday. So we don't have to keep looking for encounters. I think a level 46 would probably kill a rock type, even with Payday, to be honest. Maybe a rock tunnel? Hey, new level. That means 2 more Poké Dollars for every Payday. Last one. Who's our lowest level? Charlie? Yeah, Dive's not gonna come out for a few generations, buddy. Simple enough. Look, fine, game you wanted to play is crap. Fair. Maybe I'll pester you for the emulator at some point. If I ever want to stream something weird that I can't get a hold of. I didn't know that good PS2 emulators existed. There's always a few generations behind, right? I guess now that the PS5 is coming out, it makes sense that the PS2 would be ready. That's about on speed. Yeah, disappointing then. Was that the Shining Soul game you were looking for then? Yeah, you did say PS2 Shining Soul. And it plays like a part of the GBA game. Ooh, Super Fang. What move would we get rid of? Probably, I mean, we're gonna get rid of Tackle, because Quick Attack and Hyper Fang are both Tackle, but better. I'll take a move that always takes off half the enemy's health. Give me that tank-busting power. Nautilus, I'm coming for you. Dr. Mundo, let's see how you like it when half your health goes with every hit. Regen that. Okay, cool. Take the other stuff out of the drop box if it's still in there. The stuff that I was sending to you. Shining Tears, 6 out of 10. Fair enough. 6 out of 10, too much water. The Shining Tears game. Okay. We beat Sabrina, beat the fighting gym. Ready to do Seafoam next time, and on to Blaine. I'm gonna be wrapping up there. Ooh. Bones. So yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, Badger, and debating with me all kinds of things that we shouldn't be debating. It was good, dude. I really enjoy these talks. Thanks for being here. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. So yeah, it's gonna be it for me for tonight. But I will be back tomorrow with League. I could maybe squeeze in one game. Maybe just one. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow when we'll be starting a new Terror Tuesday game. Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Forget, the stairwell is not well lit. Yeah, new game hype. Alright, thanks for being here, everybody. Have a good night. I hope I'll see you next time.